How's it going? What's up? We're back. We are back again. Welcome everyone. We've got Raven League Week 2 coming right up. We've got about 15 minutes. If you have not signed in, checked in, registered, put a deck in and all that, make sure to get that done. I'll turn the music down a touch actually because it's a bit loud. Welcome everyone. We're going to have another nice smooth run, of course. We've got 4 rounds of Swiss coming up. Pretty straightforward single deck, best of 3, 4 rounds of Swiss, and your points basically stack up 3 times and carry over across 4 weeks. And then the top X amount of point earners, or anyone who earns X amount of points, I'll do the maths probably this week, is going to make it through to, or get invited at least, to a knockout tournament to be able to check that out and see how that will go, which will be confirmed. The date for that will be confirmed a little bit later on once we're nearer the time. But yeah, we've got 4 weeks on. This is week 2. You do not have to play in every single week. You don't have to play in multiple weeks if you really don't want to. It just makes it less likely you're going to get in. But yeah, basically, if you play in all 4, we will take your best 3 scores. So it does behoove you to play all 4. But I try and make a tournament series that is not fully stressful, right? It's just 4 rounds. I think we got done in like 2.5 hours ish last week. So that's something, right? It's fairly quick. It is for Pokemon Pocket, yeah. So yeah. Hey Tech, what's up? How's it going? Welcome everyone. Are you gonna play Tech? Are you gonna join in, my friend? We do have currently signups are still available, as you can see here. This is the registration list, 167 out of 128. But as is always the case, we will get people who don't check in, forgot they signed up for it, something's come up so they can't make it, blah 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 blah. So this overflow list, which is, as you can see, much more green than the original sign up list, basically, if you've signed up even now, you are almost certainly going to get in. So just bear that in mind. You've not missed your chance. However, in 15 minutes, you will have missed your chance. So just bear that one in mind. But yeah, pretty straightforward, honestly. Oh. Cancel. I think I nearly cancelled the stream. Yikes. Okay, we're good. Let me go back here. Again, in terms of Discord, basically, if you go into my Discord and then just scroll down a little bit, you will see all the tournament channels and such. You are invited to share your screen in Discord, in the Discord channel. So I'll be able to cast some matches, which is always fun. You can be featured on stream if you're there. Don't worry, your hand is not revealed. I make it so that nothing's revealed apart from what's shown on the actual board, which is what both players see anyway. So don't worry about any of that. But yeah, pretty simple. Just 4 rounds of Swiss. There's 40 minutes per round, but basically, as soon as a round's done, we give it a couple of minutes, then move on to the next one. So as I said, I think last week we were about 2.5-ish hours total, maybe a bit more, just a touch more, but not that much more. So very, very playable, which is I'll be honest, the main goal of this tournament series. So we do have, what, 15 minutes? So basically, just to give you an idea, in 15 minutes, sign up and check in and deck submission is closed. Then we'll have a couple of minutes just to make sure everything's good. Then we'll get going and just dive straight in. So pretty easy one, pretty straightforward one. I'm imagining we are going to be seeing a good amount of Celebi EX again. But oh, this is what I should have done actually. Hang on, let me have a quick. Let me close this just for a second. If I click. Oh, I'm such I need to start getting better at this. I do this and do this. Have I gone too far? What date was a week ago? 12th. Oops, I've gone too far. There it is. Okay, so if we look here, this is last week's scores and how everyone did last week. And my Skarmory deck ready to scramble some eggs. Nice. So yeah, we had some scores here. This is what we did last week. We had a good mix of decks. We had a good little spread in the top cut. Well, I say the top cut. We had these 4 rows here, which, you know, a decent little spread there. But again, all of your points are important. So, for example, the players that went 4-0, they're already on 12 points. So obviously the max you can do is 4-0 3 times, basically. So the highest points you can get is 36 in total. Because even if they went 4-0 for 4 weeks, it's still just the best 3 weeks, which would be 12 each week. But even, you know, players that went 3-1, they're on 9 points. They're only 1 win behind. Even 2-2, that's still 6 points. That's still good. So it's still decent, right? And then obviously everyone who went 0-1 drop or whatever, I think not everyone really understood the way the system works, even though I have put it down into the details of the tournament. But even if they played and carried on playing, they could have still got 3 wins, which only puts them 3 points behind the highest possible score. So that is something to bear in mind. Everyone is welcome to drop if they want. There's nothing forced in any way. It's just every win can potentially be very important, even if you're not gonna like 4-0 or whatever. So it is important to think about. Again, everyone who's playing, if you get in and share in Discord, in the Discord, any of the battle rooms, it does mean I am able to actually spectate your games. If not, it's going to be a very quiet stream. Any idea approximate how many points? Not really, but it'll be lower than 36. I'll tell you that for free. It's potentially going to be in the 20s. But it depends as well, because if I said it was 26, well, here's the problem, right? If I say it's 26 points, I need to do some maths probably. If I just say now, oh, it's 26 points to get in, and like 5 people hit 26 points, well, I'm not going to run a 5-person knockout, right? So I'll get to the points once we get a little bit closer to see what everyone will know how many points they need going into the final week, right? So that's what I will ensure. I will have that done in the before the final week starts. How many people do you want for the knockout? Without sounding silly, it doesn't matter, but there does need to be a fixed amount of points earned. Obviously, I'm not going to have like 500 people in the knockout, right? But knockout's fairly quick anyway, because it'll be single round, single limb. But I wouldn't mind looking at, for example, you know, like, let's say, I don't know, could be 16, could be 32. We could even do like odd numbered knockouts as well. 26 points is rough, not easy to get. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Without seeing people's sort of retention, it's hard to give a certain amount of points, right? To say like this many points is required. So yeah, what have we got here? Have a little look. So just remember though, you do need to check in and submit a deck list. These need to be done, or you will not get in. You've got 10 minutes maximum to get this done. If either of these are not done, you will not get into the bracket, and it's just done and dusted. It's simple as that. We run a tight ship over here. There's no leeway. There's no, oh, can you get me in now? Can you do this? Get checked in. Get the deck list submitted. Go. I think instead of keeping points, we can keep 32 person will qualify, whatever the points that is. But what if there's 45 people on that equal pointing at the end, right? Right? Like that's the thing, Shub. For example, say 5 people get in on 20 points, and that's the lowest, but then there's another 20 people on 20 points. Right? So that's what I'm saying. That's why a top X, I am not gonna overly entertain, because that is just saying then loads of people miss out and they got exactly the same points as other people. So that's why it's going to be a point total amount to go in. Then Limitless arranges them on opponent win percentage, not when it's split over 4 separate tournaments. They don't. Look, I'll run my tournaments the way I want to do it. If you want to change it, you are more than welcome to run your own. It's a-okay. It is a-okay. Don't you worry. But yeah, just under 10 minutes now to get checked in. Someone should definitely run the list I was playing today on stream. We played Macargo, Magnazone, and you know what? Was not half bad, and potentially has decent game against Celebi. Which is always nice, of course. We'll try it out maybe right next week. Yeah, like I said, the good thing is, and the one of the main goals for this series is that it's playable. Like, it's just basically the best part of 3 hours. It should last roughly. I doubt it would ever go longer than 3 hours with these kinds of numbers, at least. Obviously, if the tournament grows, if like we start to see more and more people actually interested, if we start to hit 128 actually playing, I will look at increasing the numbers of people allowed to play. And then it can maybe take a touch longer, but 4 rounds of Swiss, the timer's fixed at 40 minutes. So it can't go past that because the timer literally cuts it off. So the rounds can't go past 40 minutes each. So it's just 40 minutes 4 times, and then maybe, 15 total extra minutes with just in between round stuff, a couple of minutes either way. So it's basically been built to be a pretty short length competitive little circuit we've got going on. Just gonna check where are we at now. 175. So there's 175 people signed up, but obviously a good chunk of those are not gonna make it. Got a lot of people down here though. I'm gonna be very interested to see like what returning faces we've got. I haven't actually dumped the first tournament, this one, into a spreadsheet yet, which I definitely should do. You know what? Let's actually see how that copies. Hang on. We do this. So what happens if I do that and just do this? Oh, it actually works really well. Oh, right. Yeah, that's easy. Okay, sweet. Yeah, that's really nice, actually. I can very easily total points. You made a spreadsheet? Okay. I'll have a look at the one you made. I was just trying to work out, for a quick and dirty, like, how does it paste? Because some stuff pastes okay, and some stuff's a bloody nightmare. Metagame for last week was 13% Celebi Executor. I'm wondering here, Charizard did terrible last week. So I am wondering if I would expect this number to go down, because Charizard was let's say not it last week, and I continue to believe. What's the Discord to join? 1 second. Have you signed up to the tournament, Mohammed? You show down the games on stream? Yes. As long as people share their screen. That's the important bit. Oh, people have jumped in now. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. Can I do it in 19 seconds? You have 3 minutes to sign in, to sign up, to check in, and to submit a deck list on the tournament webpage. On the tournament link I posted. But yeah, Charizard was not it. Magnezone Skarmory did not amazing, but fine. Darkrai Magnezone did very well for the people who brought it. Darkrai Greninja did well. Bastion Skarmory did well. The people who brought Executive... Well, one of the people who brought did okay, I'm guessing, here. If we have a look. Yeah, 3-1, 2-1. See, decent scores still. Because basically it's about collecting points. As opposed to having, like, one, super strong run or something. Yeah, you've literally got 2 minutes to check in and submit a deck list. To get it done ASAP. Iskren, are you admin for this tournament? I need to check. You are, right? Pretty sure you are, because it's just duplicated it again, so you should be fine. I heard my name. You are admin for this tournament, right? You've got admin thingies? You should have, because it's duplicated from the previous one. You are, okay, yeah. I just wanted to triple check you could see all the things you needed to see, basically. It's fine. Yeah, guys, you've got 1 minute. A single minute to get in there. And once the tournament started, make sure you are up here in your dashboard, this bit at the top on the website. If you click into this, yours will not look like this. Yours will be populated with like, this is your next opponent. You must remember as well, you need to check in for each game. Once the round has started, you'll see your opponent, you click on it, you click check in. And if your opponent hasn't checked in for their game, feel free to type a message to them and just say, hey, just so you know, you do need to press the check-in button. If you do not check in for your games and the timer runs out, which is 5 minutes, it's a pretty reasonable amount of time to check in. If the 5 minutes runs out, your opponent takes the win. Again, we're just doing it to keep the flow going. What deck would you have used? I would have brought my Cargo Magnezone, my special I built today. Right. I believe time is up. Is registration closed? Let me check on it. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I think the registration should be closed. Does this work? Do I need to manually close registration? Oh, God damn it. Hang on. Give me a sec, guys. Oh, here we go. Yeah, okay. Right. Registration's closed. Decklist submission's closed. Guys, I'm going to start the tournament. Good luck, everyone. Remember, get in Discord, share your screen. We're starting it now. So let me get onto this now. If I refresh this. There we go. So we have pairings up. We have standings up. We have everything. We have metagame. Let me open this as well so I can see it. Ooh, still a good amount of people submitted Charizard. Okay, so first off, let's go in here. We'll just set up our first game. I will take this off. Hang on, I'll do this as well. I'll just wait for them to get in game and make sure that's set up. I will turn this on because I know people wanted some level of music last week. Okay, so if I do this. Okay. Okay, put that away. Right, just waiting to get into the first game here. Let me just check this for a second. Wait, who am I even in with? Hang on. Pairings. Oh, God. I don't know who's who. Hang on. What about this one? Is this one up instead? Oh, yeah. Okay. We'll dive into this one. Hang on. Here we should be here. I think that's... hang on. Okay, okay. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Oh, it's dazed again as well, and Andy. Okay, cool. That should be there. That should be there. Let me check this. You know what? I'm going to delete this to just fit in. There we go. Okay, so it looks like we are getting into this. This is game 1. Points wise, it's 1-1. It's going to be the. Let's have a little cheeky look at this. It is going to be obviously Celebi Executor on the top. It looks like Magnezone at Kangaskhan. I can check the list as well. I'll just find it here. So if I open this, why didn't that work? Okay, that's fine. And then go here, open this, and go here. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be... Oh, it's going to be Executor, Celebi, and Superior line with 1 Superior against Skarmory and Magnezone going up here. So sorry, guys. Let me just pull that up now. There we go. Apologies. So Celebi is only going to be able to deal the 50 to Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan going to hit back a little bit here with the extra damage. Oh, thanks a lot for the sub, Andy. I appreciate it. How's it going?
Yo.
Yo. Here, though, it looks like the Kangaskhan is going to try and fight back. We did see that pick up there. Not too bad. Just a Magnemite on the bench, though. So definitely going to be looking for that Magnezone to start ramping up some of the electric. So much so that they're going to get rid of that in hand with Pokemon communication and start going. It does hit as well. So that's going to be really big here. Going to be able to Volt Charge and start juicing up the electric. Not too bad as well, though. This Kangaskhan living's kind of huge. Oh, 1 sec, guys. Waffle's waffling. Give me 1 sec. I'm sorry about this. Sorry, guys, I'm back. Okay, it's going to be 2 more heads hitting there to the... Oh, the Magneton going out. I'm guessing, yeah, that was Sabrina. Oof, that's pretty rough. Days goes up to 2 points. And now this is not looking great. Kangaskhan and a Dream. No Giovanni, though, means that knocking this out is impossible this turn. So they're on the long shot for this Celebi to be the worst aiming Celebi in the world. They do have the Executor on the back now. Days looking pretty good on the top. And this is looking pretty grim. Yeah, this is going to have to be 5 tails and a Dream right now. And if there's any healing that's coming down here, which there isn't, okay, wait, doable. The only problem is, because Dazed is on 2 points already, if this Kangaskhan goes down, which it's going to, I believe that is going to be game 1 going to Dazed. Pretty rough there, the Magneton getting dragged in with Sabrina. And that's the danger, right? That is the danger there. Like, with Sabrina and Cyrus existing, that's going to be one of those problems where you do have to sort of deal with the fact that both of those cards exist. I will just take a quick look while the players get ready for the next game. There is, in fact, I could probably just show you this, actually. Bonk. This is the Celebi list we're looking at here with double Executor, 1 Superior Line, and 1 Celebi. There's 1 Sabrina, 1 Cyrus, double Erica, but the cut, or at least some of the cuts here, are like no potions in the list. So this is definitely a little bit more susceptible to shenanigans. But let's go into game number 2 between these 2 players. Again, Dazed on the top on the Executor Celebi, Superior Line. And then we've got Andy the Great on the bottom, rocking the, what was it, Skarmory Magnezone coming out here. Going to be a decent start there, at least initially. Starting Skarmory is always what you want to do. And it's a weird one, this matchup, actually, because of the Skarmory. Starting Execute isn't necessarily good. Like, normally you always want to start Execute and get that Executor cooking. But depending on who's going first, who's doing what. Like, for example, now, because Skarmory goes first, if this was an Execute, without a Cloak or something, it would be just done and dusted next turn, right? It would just be deleted. So, weirdly enough, one of the matchups where starting Celebi isn't so bad. But also something to bear in mind, Daze is running the 1 line of Superior, which means the openings are slightly less consistent because you do have the oh my god, my brain's gone completely bust. The Snivy, sorry. You do have the Snivy that can open or be forced to open instead. Giant Cape going down onto the Celebi, making it a little bit more resilient, but this Skarmory just won't really care. There are the Ericas, but this Celebi still goes down to like 3 Skarmory hits, or like goes down to clean Skarmory hits because it hits 50 per time. Kangaskhan and a Magneton in the backline now is huge, honestly. It's really big. Magneton's going to start ramping. The Kangaskhan's there to defend from Sabrina, which is what we saw was one of the issues causing Andy the Great to lose last game, sorry. Celebi is starting to ramp, though. Erica does come down to put it back up to 150. And will the double heads hit? Confused. I don't know what lobby I'm supposed to be in. What do you mean, what lobby? If you go on the website and at the top, click on dashboard, that'll tell you everything you need to know. It tells you your opponent. You can chat to your opponent. It generates you a code to go into a private game and go in the code. But if you're not in your first round game now, you probably lost your first round game. But you can still play your next rounds. It's no problem at all. Oh, so it does. Yep, Skarmory did go down. Magneton's gonna keep build. I think this. Okay, hang on. It's gonna be Pokeball coming out. This Magneton's a little bit okay. This Magnemite's gonna help now because it's gonna be less susceptible to that Sabrina play. And with no execute on the board, this is a little bit spicy. Kangaskhan didn't get much done. Waffle joint. However, it's not gonna go down to double head, so it's gonna buy Andy even more time. Just a Snivy on the back line. Which again means no execute, no executor. A little bit scary, honestly. Only one heads as well is keeping Kangaskhan relatively healthy. It's still going to need another 2 heads to knock it out next turn. And if any of this dizzying punch damage comes down, that could be huge. Volt Charge going again on the Magneton. And basically now, this Magneton, if there's a Magnezone coming out, the Magneton's just set up, right? It is just, it's good to go because being able to attack 3 times is a-okay. Kangaskhan does get the 30 damage, which is going to put the Celebi down to 100. Remember, no potions in this list, and 1 Erica already played. So there's only 1 more Erica. And if that's not going to be available, it means that the Magnezone, if there is one, will be able to knock it out. I imagine this Kanga's going down now, right? 50% chance to sort of like take it out. Doesn't seem so bad. There is another Erica though, so that I believe is all of the healing gone now for Dazed, which means the damage that occurs is the damage that's going to stick. Once. Waffle just trying to get involved. Zulai, we are going to get Magneton up in the front. I mean, Dazed is up 2 points to nothing right now. Still, trying to battle and knock out this Celebi. They have got through all of the Erica stuff that's going on, so all the healing there is Magnezone. And now the problem is, did it just take too long? Against any other deck, you'd be okay with like Kangaskhan buying time, going out, taking a while to build up the backline. But against Celebi and an Executor, exactly, or really mainly just a Celebi, because of the access of all the healing, like the time doesn't benefit you because while you're buying time and building up, the Celebi has been knocking Pokemon out. So now this Celebi, basically, for Andy the Great to feel good about this, there needs to be no Serperior, and this Celebi needs to miss so hard, it would be unbelievable. Rocky Helm now going on that Evolved Executor in the backline. And, oh, wow, and there's a Serperior. Brutal. Absolutely, this is 10 coins, and they need to hit, what, 3? This is absolutely brutal. This looks like it could be the first win on stream of this week for the Executor Celebi, and that, I think, is going to be it. 5 coins, that's going to be plenty of damage. A smooth 250. Going to knock out the Magnezone, and that's going to make Dazed take a victory 3 points to 0. And not only 3 points to 0, that's just 2-0 in the match, which is huge. So that's going to be a game 1 there going to Dazed. I'll bring up the bracket as I jump out of here for a quick second. I say bring up the bracket, bring up the thingy without this. That's that one done. Let me go and see if I can find another matchup here. Quick look. I'm gonna get a game going for you guys. Okay, this looks like it should be okay and good to go into. Let me just try and find the press the wrong button. So if I find just to get the score, here we go. So I believe this is 1-0 so far to Woods. So let me just get this on. This, do that. Got Woods on 1. And their opponent is, oh, forgive me, 1 second. Miro Naughty on 0. Okay, let's get into this one. It does look like this is going to be Slizzlepede and Moltres here. That's going to be very interesting. Going up against Venusaur with double Shaman here. Let me have a quick look. You know what I should do, actually? This will help. Give me 1 second. I put this over here. I'm making optimizations to the broadcast as I go. So yeah, we have 2 Slizzlepede, 2 Centiskorch, 2 Moltres, 1 Heat Rotom, and 1 regular Rotom. That's the electric one, for those who don't know. Looks like they are going to be going up against Executor EX, 2 Venusaur, and 2 Shaman. So no Celebi in this list. It's just 2 Venusaur, 2 Executor, 2 Shaman, go. So basically playing full sustain here. How do you prevent the players from watching your stream and seeing the other player's hand? I'm not showing the hand. But yeah, certain things will be revealed, but to an extent, it is what it is. Although I could make this a tiny bit bigger. Hang on. There we go. So it does look like this Moltres is just going to start stacking up these Sizzlepedes. Oh, it looks like Sabrina going to chuck away this Venusaur into the backline. And Moltres going to be able to just grab some kind of damage, going to actually take out the Ivysaur. So choosing to sacrifice the Ivysaur over one of the Shamans is interesting here. It does mean that Woods goes to 1-0 right now. So that's not looking too bad, because now it means that once this Venusaur, or if this Venusaur goes down, then that's going to be the game. Now, the issue on the other side is Miro is going to need to basically start cooking here, which is tough because even this Moltres is going to start doing 90 to this Venusaur. Obviously, it can heal, but that might not make a huge difference. Maybe the problem with the 45-second stream delay is then I would show the hands and it wouldn't matter. Because 45 seconds also doesn't necessarily do anything, right? Because a lot of these cards, for example, are in hand for more than 45 seconds. So basically, if anyone's caught sniping, they'll be permabanned, right? But without the broadcast, there's no tournament. So I don't know. It is what it is. There's no perfect solve unless we have spectator mode. And I can control things a little bit better. But for now, we work with what we've got. Like Dawn's going to come out now and juice the other Moltres. Interesting. Is it possible to sign up for the league? It is, but you would just have to sign up for next week and the week after and hope that's enough points. Can I watch whilst playing though? Not if your opponent's on the stream, no. You can watch the tournament if you're in the tournament. But if like you were Miro Naughty now, watching the stream, I would say a bit of a no-no. Here we are going to see the Shamans, of course, just spam healing. Getting 20 heal per turn, which is brutal. Oh, thanks, Proto. No, I appreciate that, mate. I appreciate that. Thank you. Venusaur is going to start chunking out the damage. And the problem here is there's got to be a decision. Oh, energy on the Moltres with Rocky Helm going for what, the 90 push? I'm not sure this is a good idea, right? Because I believe this is Sabrina number 2. They're likely to put in a Shaman. What's is on 1 point now, so would go up to 2 points. But then they'd still need to take out the Venusaur. Like, that's the problem I'm a bit worried about here. They're gonna Sabrina and Inferno Dance. It does mean an energy potentially is gonna go on the Shaman to be able to, obviously to be able to actually just move back. But this is a little bit spicy. Let me just triple check the deck list. Okay, the positive is this list from Miro on the top does not have any like Pokemon bounce. There's no Sabrina and there's no Cyrus in this list. So anything that's on the bench cannot be targeted, right? It sort of just is what it is. So the Venusaur is going to come back out now. The good thing here, though, is with the Rocky Helm doing 20, not the biggest deal in the world. I think personally, as we know, it goes up to 2 points, of course. I think personally, I probably would have gone for Rocky Helm on the Center Scorch. So now it can go in, attack. Obviously, going hard for what's this with Geo. It's going to be what 140, 160. And now there would be the Rocky Helm on the Center Scorch to take that damage. But I guess it won't matter too much. This is going to be huge, though, because this Venusaur now is going to very likely have to retreat. Which is going to be a little bit rough. But the Executor will be able to at least tank another hit, right? I think so, anyway. Have a quick look here. Yeah, so this Executor, if there's not another Giovanni, which there isn't, because this deck only runs one, it does mean that this Executor will actually live through this Center Scorch attack. But the problem is, it's not going to hit again. And this is pretty interesting, actually. I guess one of the benefits of running like this Center Scorch is that it's just about the right health to deal with this, and because this isn't the Celebi list, there's no bounce, there's no Sabrina, there's no Cyrus, which means that the normal punish for these fire ramp decks is Moltres becomes very susceptible, right? You either knock Moltres out or damage it and can pull it in later, whereas this can't really happen, which means it's going to be 150 damage. And now, what's the answer, right? Like, that Executor is not getting retreated. And I'll double check again. But, yeah, no, there is still Erica, but I don't think that would be enough. There's no way that I can think of for him to actually out-heal this. There's no Leaf in the deck. There's no sort of shenanigans. Because this deck runs double Venusaur EX line and double Executor and double Shaman, a lot of the utility has had to be removed from the deck, which is a big, you know, it's that sort of payoff, right? Like, you have to make sacrifice somewhere. Yeah, and that's like the whole deck drawn, but it just doesn't matter because Center Scorch isn't going to go down. It does have this Rocky Helmet on it anyway, and now it hits for 1 million even without the Giovanni as well. So really, really big here. And that is actually what's going 2-0 in the match, I believe. Let me just triple check. Yeah, that should be what's not only winning this game, but winning the match overall. So huge congratulations there. The Center Scorch deck. Is this what we've been missing all along? Center Scorch. The Giovanni makes sense because it pushes up to the Executor health. But also, it's just pretty tanky. Obviously, there's a difference there where playing against a deck that doesn't have the bounce capabilities. Wait, why is this? Oh, I know what I've done. It's fine. Go back out of this. Just quickly for. Oh wow, there's a lot of matches done. There's only a few matches left. Let me see if I can find another match here to be done. Let's check this one. This one's still good to go. Let me double check. See if I can find the match. Yeah, this one's still going. Oh, it looks like it's the last game. Oh crap, I'll try and get in quick. But... oh, why isn't it showing? Yeah, okay, this should be fine. There we go. So very quickly, we've got Sups on the top, who's at 0 points, but is 1 point in the match. So this is 1-1 at the moment. This is the last game of this match. Aguado at 1 here. That should fit, I think. There we go. And we've got Pachirisu. I think that's going to be Pachirisu 18T. Oh, a Mars coming out. Okay. Pachirisu 18T versus... let me have a quick check again. Close these down. Probably one of the last matches of the round. Nearly done with round 1, of course, already. Let's have a quick check. Let's have a there. Oh, wow. So we've got, yeah, Dialga, Yanmega, Mew EX on the bottom. And then on the top is Pachirisu 18T going on there. So we are going to see now both players on 0 points in game. Yanma's going to hit the board, and this Dialga's doing what it's going to do best, and he's going to start juicing the Yanma to hopefully, of course, then hit the Yanmega. Double Pachirisu is already down, though. The Rocky Helmet's going to be a little bit annoying. However, one having Helmet already does make it susceptible to Yanmega. You do have to decide where this energy is going to go. Is it going to go into another Dialga? And it looks like it is. Okay. That could give some knowledge to their opponent, right? If they're going to juice the Dialga, it is likely to mean that there's not a Yanmega in hand, or at least that's how I would read the situation if I was the Pachirisu here. Potion going to come down on Pachirisu. This is something that makes this deck very painful to play against, is that they have access to... Because they're playing Pachirisu 18T, they have access to just potions, Sabrinas, Cyrus, you know, all sorts of shenanigans, like probably even, you know, X speeds and so on if they want to retreat and all that. So, oh, red card. Yeah, there's no X speed. Oh my, okay, wow. It's double research, double Sabrina, 1 blue, 1 Mars, which we did see, 1 Giovanni, 2 balls. Wait, why is there 2 Pokeballs in this list? I guess just to draw the Pokeball more consistently. 2 potions, 2 red cards, 2 Rocky Helmets, 2 capes, and 1 Lumberry is the list here. Pretty crazy. Yeah, I guess they just really want to draw the 1, right? Which makes sense. If you don't draw your second Pachirisu, you probably lost. Yeah, though, I do feel when I've played against this deck, obviously not as specifically Dialga, but I feel like if you get the first Pachirisu down, the game feels way better because you know, okay, this is all they have left. However, this is going to be a little bit tricky. Dialga is, we talked about this earlier on stream today, where Dialga's a little bit rough sometimes. Where it's powerful in its ramp, but it's not the most tanky Pokemon in the world, right? It does start taking a lot of damage. It's a bit slow to get going. This Rocky Helmet's huge, helping Pachirisu really push the Dialga down. I can see Professor's Research coming out, going to help with that card draw as well. And I will mention as well, just because obviously you guys can't see, there are 4 cards currently in Jagado's hand, which means that even a red card does technically reduce that card count down a little bit. Sups is going to take the first 2 points of the game, taking out that Dialga. And it looks like, I would imagine, Dialga number 2 is going to come up here. It does only need the 1 energy to then, you know, Uno reverse card the Pachirisu and knock that out as well. Looks like Mew is going to hit the board here as well, so give themselves options. This is good because it's basically playing around Sabrina, because Sups is on 2 points right now, so you do have to worry about like Sabrina into that Yanma. It looks like Cape is going down onto the Yanma as well, and not that the Cape's there to, you know, make it survive a Pachirisu. More there to just say, actually, you know... Oh! Defeat. Oh, okay. Was that a concede? I didn't even see it. Okay. That might have been a concede. But yeah, there you go. I guess, yeah, maybe... Did they just misclick? Oh, I missed the misclick. What did they miss? Oh, wait, did they hit the 30? Oh, wait, did they ramp? Oh, wow. I mean, fair enough. It is what it is. Subs takes the victory, though. It's rough times, yeah. It happens to the best of us. It really does. That is going to be, yeah, Subs taking that victory there. So let's just see how many more matches are left. There's only 2 matches left, and I doubt, well, one I'd have to see if they actually can get in. But what we will do is bring up the oh my God. Let's bring up what the metagame is looking like just while we wait for the last 2 games to finish it. Wait, what in there? Infernape Heatmore. 4 people. 4 people. Infernape Heatmore. What YouTubers made this deck? Take a quick look at the build. It is 2 Heatmore, 1 Farfetch, and Infernape. Interesting. 4 people. Think about that for a second. 4. Not 1, not 2, not 5. You watched that? Yeah, we saw the end, mate. Yeah, we saw it, yeah. So yeah, we've got Heatmore, Infernape here. We've got Gallade, Hitmonlee. I love that people are playing Gallade. We've got a Licky Dialga in here, a couple of those. We've got Pachirisu Luxray in there as well. Garchompington, got some Magnezones with Mewtwo as well. Oh, hang on a minute, we've got Haunch. Excuse me, sorry guys. We have Honchkrow. It's just wheezing Honchkrow. Hey bangers, what's up? Looks like it's frying eggs. Well, we watched this earlier. Wait, where is it? It was this one. We saw this on stream. What's the... This is pretty interesting, honestly. I'm not sure what I think about the Heat Rotom. I'll be honest. I'm not sure what I think about Heat Rotom, but I can get behind Moltres Centiskorch. I really can. I can really get behind a Moltres Centiskorch. Did not see all the Rotom tech? Yeah. I mean, I was playing this Rotom, regular Rotom, earlier today on stream. Heat Rotom, it feels like the worst Rotom to me. Like 2 energy for maybe 60 damage is a little bit too spicy. But I guess the idea here is if it gives you more stuff to kind of like have on the bench to like juice Moltres, right? Or juice from Moltres to an extent. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm a believer in Heat Rotom, I'll be completely honest. Let's keep an eye on the matchups. We've got one more match left. It's being played out. Wait, I can find out what match it is as well. It's Flippington and Gojoris Fest. What's the matchup? Wormadon Skarmory against Infernape Drudagon. Got Infernape Drudagon. People are losing their minds. That's crazy. That is crazy. I'm tilted from the misclick. Oh, don't worry about it. Doesn't matter now, does it? Yeah, oh, I saw this as well. I nearly spectated this match, but I missed it. Look at this. Tangrowth Superior Mo Rotom. I'm not going to say we get the best decks in Raven League. However, I feel like we might get the best decks in Raven League. Yeah. This is basically, you know, may as well call me Raven Ramsey at this point. Because we have got some chefs in here. It is nuts. Alright, let's take a quick look here. I'm just keeping my eye on the pairings to just double check when this match is going to end. They are still playing it out. Okay. Where's Bidoof? I bet it wouldn't surprise me if there's a Bidoof snuck in here somewhere. Got a Marowak, like Marowak X Marowak here. Yeah, double regular, double EX, and Lucario. Not bad. Not a terrible idea, honestly. What else have we got? We've got the Magnezone Mewtwo, which I do think has some merit. Two Garatinas as well. Yeah, we've got the stuff in here, guys. Like, this is what you come to really play. This is like the Fight Club style. I mean, this Infernape Heatmore is just... There's 4 players bringing Infernape Heatmore. They really don't want to play against this. Is Bidoof the only card that can do damage in 5s? I mean, it doesn't really do damage in 5s, but I sort of know what you mean. But it doesn't actually deal 5 damage. Like, no number ever hits, like, 5 on the second, like, number, right? Magnezone Skarmory coming in now. I'm just going to keep checking briefly. Wow, this game is going all the way. Like, this match is crazy. We have Starmie Lumineon. Oh, Garchomp Porygon Z. Glad you like my Tangrowth. Wow, this is brave. We were also playing Porygon beforehand. Surely it's just the impact I've had. But no, so Bidoof rounds, what is it, round down? Round down, is it down all the time? So basically, if something's on 10 HP and you Bidoof them, they get knocked out. All games are done perfect, perfect. Okay, give me 1 second. I should probably move this over here. Over here. Let's go back here. Let's go over there. Right, so this... Yeah, okay, all matches are done. We're going to end the round. I'm just going to have a quick review. We'll give everyone a couple of minutes just to, you know, refresh themselves. Have a quick review of the scores here that's going on. So we've got Executor Celebi doing well, as is kind of expected, but not super well. 12 and 9. It's not bad, but, you know, it's nothing mind-blowing here. Charizard Moltres doing okay after round 1. Skarmory Magnezone, not so hot. We've got Infernape Heatmore. 3 of them won, and 1 of them lost. I wonder if they played a mirror. Licky Licky taking a victory. Taking 2 victories. Wormadam Skarmory taking 2 victories. Not too bad overall. Not too bad. Okay, okay. Right, I'll give it just a minute or so, and then I will pair the next round. So this is your, you know, verbal shout out. You've got about 1 minute. I'm going to pair the next round, so be ready to play. Again, we're already 1 round deep. We'll continue up with the scores as well. I am going to make sure to jump in Discord if you have not, if you've not already, to, you know, like share what's going on. Share your screen so we can watch and viciously judge what's going on. Oh my god, sorry guys, that's me deafening you. Sorry. But while we just give everyone a minute, I am actually just going to set up this next game room, I think. Do this. That's probably okay. Infernape Spiritomb. Oh, nice. Okay, guys, I am going to start the round in a few seconds, so just get ready. And the next round is... up. There you go. Fine, get your opponents, get them ready, get cooking as we move on to round 2. Let me just... gonna get this set up for you, as long as we actually do get in the game. This should be okay. Oh. Like the players are ready. And looks like they should be going in. This is going to be Dialga Mew. versus Infernape Heatmore. So Hyper Aggro versus Stall into Big Boom. Which I'm kind of excited for, honestly. I'll just wait. We're just waiting for them to actually get into game, and then I'll make sure it's all good, and then we'll get in. Okay, they are about to go into the game. Just gonna make sure I'm not overly revealing what's going on. Once they basically put down their starter Pokemon, I'll reveal all. We'll get ready. Again, make sure you check in for your games. If you do not check in time, you will lose the game and lose your points for that round. However, this is the start of round 2, Raven League Week 2. I believe I should be good to go. So here we go. Let's get into it. We've got Kulsult. Again, sorry about not fitting your full name on here, but it's quite long. So we've got Kul going up against Lo. Up on the top, we do have, as I said, the Heatmore Infernape deck going up against Drudagon and then Palkia. It was Drudagon Palkia, right? Drudagon, Palkia. 1 Drudagon, 2 Palkia, 1 Mew EX, 1 Manaphy. And then your usual selections of supporters. Ones to bear in mind is there's 1 Budding Expeditioner in here. Is probably one of the key factors because it means that the Mew can tank to an extent and then be pulled away from the game. So that's just something to bear in mind. We are going to see the Heatmon start against a Drudagon, but Drudagon having that rocky helmet is just rough, honestly. It doesn't even beat it, right? The Heatmore actually just, you know, self-removes itself, I guess, if it starts attacking into the Drudagon, which is pretty rough. It looks like we're going to get Pokecoms come up here. We're going to start trying to dig for those important starters. And this is really, it's probably, especially because this Drudagon's a one-of, this is just the worst start possible, I think, here for Cole. Because there's 1 Drudagon. There is 2 Rocky Helmets in here, so the Rocky Helmet thing isn't as, you know, like, rough. But having that Drudagon just off the bat against exactly Heatmore is kind of bad. Because there's just not a lot to do. Meanwhile, the Palkia can kind of just chill. So it's going to be Farfetch'd with energy on the bottom here. Yeah, this is a little bit brutal just for all the kind of rough aspect of actually just having low HP or low damage Pokemon more than anything. Just shout me as well, Iskrin, if there's any issues with the judging. I mean, I'm sure you've got it all covered, but just in case. Yeah, this is really, really, really tough because this is so... It's the problem with Stage 2, right? Because not only is it harder to get to because you need more Pokemon, but you can delay the game so much because I'm guessing there's not a Chimchar here, right? Which means that you then have to find it, then you have to play it, and then you're that many turns evolutions behind. So whenever you're not curving it, it gets really difficult. However, good play here, I think, with the Sabrina, being able to get the Palkia on board. It can retreat, but that burns a lot of Palkia's energy. And now the Heatmore bailing out, the Farfetch'd is like, it's okay, bro, I got this. I'm not weak to water. So the Farfetch'd is going to start hitting this Palkia. And again, very similar to Dialga, this is one of the big weaknesses of these very strong sort of, you know, front-facing legendary Pokemon of this mini set. This expansion, sorry. Where they only have 150 health and they're a bit slow to get going, which means because that Misty didn't pop off, it means that this Farfetch'd gets to deal like over half the damage. Just by itself. And honestly, the Drudagon's a pain, but once, you know, that pain's dealt with, it's not the end of the world. Cape is going to go onto the Farfetch'd. Finally, Chimchar's hit the board. Farfetch'd going to deal another 40 by looks of things. And what this is good with this Cape is that if there's no option, let me just triple check the deck. Yeah, there's 2 Sabrinas in this Palkia list. So there's no option then to go like Sabrina in, say, the Heatmore, even though they're going to do it. So this happens, but if the cape didn't hit the Farfetch'd, then the Farfetch'd would be in potentially a lot of trouble if there's any more bursts. This just gives us Farfetch'd a little bit more survivability to then go in and just hit again. This is looking rough though, because as I said, this Palkia deck does run double Sabrina. So if a second Sabrina's there and there's not another Pokemon to follow up with, it's a little bit dangerous. Chimchar is going to evolve into Monferno though. And the good thing about this Infernape deck, or Pokemon in general, is there's already an energy on the Chimchar, sorry, on the Monfernape now. It could just hold this energy now, and then whenever there's an Infernape around, it's good to go, right? Straight away. So that is the upside. It does only require that 2 energy. It's just getting to the extra energy that's the problem. Another Chimchar is going to go down with energy attachment. This is definitely someone who's played a good chunk of Infernape, I feel, because that now means that they can energy next turn and still have access to like another evolution to go to if needed, whilst also providing Sabrina protection. This Palkia is on its last legs now. And I do wonder if there's going to be a... Oh, they energied the other Palkia. Whoa. Okay. So they're just letting this Palkia go, potentially? They are going to get the knockout, though, and this means now low is 2 points to 0 so far, which is risky, right? Because they... Wait. Hang on. It being 30's rough, because you could put in the Chimchar, right? To knock this out, but they can't afford it. So I think this is very likely to be just attack with the Monferno, right? To knock this out. That's probably got to be the case. Again, there's one Sabrina already been played by Cull here. They can draw another one, which can massively help out if they get to that Infernape. But I think even if there is an Infernape, the Monferno should just knock this out by itself, right? You don't want to burn your energy. Oh, okay. They're going to drop in a Heatmore, back out, and then that gives a little bit more time to maybe set up. So the energy goes on the Heatmore now. The X speed helping massively. In decks like this with very tight energy constraints with that discard from the Infernape, like cards like X speed are hyper important. So now going up to 2-2, both players on 2 points. Next point wins this game. Not the match though, of course. This is the first game of the match. Does Low have Geo? No, there is no Geo in the Palkia list on the top, and there is also no Geo in the Infernape list either. So yeah, this is going to hit for 50. But this is the tricky bit now. I mean, they can only hit for 50 again. So what's that? Hang on. Infernape. Monferno's down there. I think they can survive this, right? They hit for 50. That brings them down to, what, 120? They'll still have 100 health, right? If they evolve into an Infernape and punch. Right? Unless I can't do base... Oh, no, they'll have less. They'll have 80. Oh, they're going to retreat into the Heatmore now. Okay. Both players on their last point. And here's a Tumi with something. Heatmore going to tickle the... Gonna tickle this. Both players, though, as I said, without Giovanni for either player, these breakpoints become tricky, and it is gonna be both players just fighting over trying to set up the breakpoints. However, I think it does favor Cull here because the Infernapes retreat for nothing. They need less energy overall. We are gonna see Leaf come out now. Wait. Isn't this just game, though? Was this just game no matter what? Because now that's just game, right? Retreat the Heatmaw, bring in the Infernape, or that Infernape, whatever. And then be able to just punch down this Drudagon. And that is going to be game 1, going to Cull. The Infernape strikes back. That was a really awkward game. Not in a bad way, but just in like the players trying to position round. I think both players did pretty well to try and get in good spots. Obviously, especially Cull on the Infernape there, getting it done. Because I think there were moments that could have easily gone wrong there for Cull on the Infernape. Yeah, because the second you misplay, you've lost, right? That's the tricky one there. So I like the retreats. I like using the heat mods to just gain a little bit of time. And the players are, of course, queuing into their next game. And they're already in. Let's not mess around. 1-0 to Cull right now. On the bottom on that Infernape. Oh, hang on. Let me just hide this for just a second. And it is going to be another go of Palkia on the top here. Again, I am forever crossing my fingers that we have access to Conquest functionality in the near future on Limitless. As soon as we do, we will be transferring to Conquest format. However, for now, it's going to be single deck best of 3. As we go into game number 2. Going to have the Palkia starting in the active spot there for low. And then we're going to have the old Chimchar in the bottom, which is probably the exact opposite of what Cull wants because, uh-oh. Okay, we all held our breaths there for a second. It's going to be Tails on the Misty, which means the Palkia doesn't get to just swipe the Chimchar for 50 turn 1, which is brutal if that happens. Rocky Helmet does look like it's going on the Palkia, though, so Chimchar is unlikely to be able to be too aggressive. Bull's first turn is kicking off here, starting with the Pokecoms. Not too bad. Conquest meaning 3 decks. I would run 2 deck Conquest in this game, personally. Oh. Showing off the, what could be argued as a, let's say a misplay with ordering. Being able to, there was an option to draw out a basic Pokemon, which then makes the Pokecoms a bit better, right? Because then you, assuming you want to communications into the Chimchar evolution line, which is a general assumption I'm going to make, right, with this deck, you want the Infernape. So yeah, a little bit unfortunate there. There's going to be second Chimchar, and again, just good decision making here, putting the energy on the Chimchar on the bench and not in the active, because this Chimchar in the active is about to get slapped around by a God Pokemon, which is a little bit unfortunate for them. It's going to be no monkeying around soon. 50 damage onto this one, and that's going to be brutal. Again, just a quick reminder, there is a Cyrus and 2 Sabrinas in this Palkia list, so there's a lot of bench manipulation available. So this Chimchar may as well stay in to get slapped by Palkia again. I feel like it's not really a big deal. Because if you retreat it, you're just having basically a point on the bench at any given time, right? Why did they make Palkia so strong? I feel like Palkia is one of the weakest legendaries. Or EX Pokemon, probably. Okay, we are going to see Monferno evolve there, which makes sense. Now again, where does the energy go? Because here's the issue. You'd initially think, oh, maybe an energy on the Chimchar to deal the 20. But then the problem is, well, because of Rocky Helmet, it knocks itself out, and that you do not want to knock yourself out on your turn. That's really bad. So I think this is likely to be on Farfetch'd or Monferno. It just kind of doesn't matter to an extent. Or not, none. There's always the option of just not attaching energy. Which looks to be the option that Cull went for in the end, or, you know, happened upon, let's say. Okay, the Manaphy is going to go down into Leaf. Oh, that's... kind of funny, right? So choosing ramp, and because the Chimchar was just left there and nothing really developed, it means this Manaphy is like kind of safe. The Manaphy's then going to get a free ramp up, and then when you're hitting the Palkia and the Mew, this ramp is relevant because this is a water only energy deck. Mew can't do his size shot, so you want Mew on that 3 energy. So just taking the ramp, and I really don't hate this at all, especially because there's a Drudagon on the back as well, which means even if this Manaphy is taken out, which is, let's say, unlikely this turn, you could just put in Drudagon and be like, well, now you've got to hit through theirs. Excuse me. Yep, Chimchar's just going to tickle the Manaphy. Going to be a little bit dicey overall, and this is what's rough. Like, as long as you have confidence that you will seal the end game with given enough time, doing this with Manaphy is so strong. We are going to see Monferno hit the board, though, and that is actually going to clean up the Manaphy this turn, so that's something, right? Like, that's much better than it not knocking out the Manaphy. Does mean Palkia is available now. The weird thing now, though, is with Palkia being available to do its big hit, because there's no damage on the other Monferno, you do have to be a little bit careful as to what the plan is here. However, with no Rocky Helm, let me just double check. Oh yeah, sorry, they don't run Rocky Helm in the. I see so many Rocky helmets that I just assume everyone has 2. But yeah, they're not running Rocky Helmet in the Infernape deck. Oh wow, the Uno reverse. Being able to Leaf there being played to just retreat, put the Drudagon in. Now here's the weird situation. Like, it's kind of just like a standoff now, because who goes first? I think the Palkia player, I think Low always wins this, because this Drudagon, like, there needs to be an Infernape on the board, right? And the problem is Palkia 1-taps Infernape. However, there is a cape in the deck, which means you can cape the Infernape and go, wait, what? Wait. Oh, I'm not. Okay. Okay, if there was an Infernape there, that would have been game. Which is very scary. There is only 1 card in the hand here for Low off the top there, and it'll be Sabrina. Okay. How'd they just put the duck in, I guess? This is such a tricky game. So now the Drudagon's back. So, I think that Sabrina should have been held for an Infernape, right? Because now the Infernape doesn't get to do the thing. Oh, wait, but the damage on the Mew. Sorry, yes, the damage on the Mew. I'll be honest, I blanked on Cyrus. The damage on the Mew makes perfect sense. Mew goes in, takes the damage. Cyrus pulls back. Infernape was acquired. GG. That game got so weird, it kind of razzle-dazzled myself. Yeah, but congratulations to Cull 2-0 Infernape doing work. But honestly, that game just boggled my brain for a second here. Let's take a look at the thingy here. Let's just have a quick look at who I can jump in with. I'm trying to spectate as many new people as possible. What was this? Go back. Find. Oh, wait, what's the name? Oh no, I don't know who this is. Oh wait, yes I do. Got it. Okay, this is let me get the names quick. Sorry guys, I'm just getting into the game as quickly as I can, but this just takes a second. People's Discord names aren't the same as their tournament names. It's one. Okay, do this, do this. Oh my god, I'm not gonna lie, I nearly turned the stream off again. Okay, we should be good to go. Sorry about that, everyone. Yeah, we've got Hopeful versus Bojan here, and then just taking a quick look. We do have a Darkrai Greninja going up against good old Charizard. Bojan currently 2 points up to 0 in this game, which is looking a little bit spicy already, isn't it? It looks like Charizard's kind of cooking right now. Just taking a quick look at the lists for you guys. It's 1 Kangaskhan, 2 Darkrai, 2 Greninja, and then it's just 2 Moltres, 2 Charizard go kind of scenario here. And I think we might have stepped in at just the end of the game, because I think this Greninja is cooked. I don't think there's anything to do here. Charizard's going to have the 4 energy, which means it's going to blast for 200, and that's just going to be it, right? So Abumi, this is 4 rounds of Swiss. We do it 4 times over 4 weeks, and then the top 3 performances, your top 3 points across all 4 tournaments, get you to a knockout. So yeah, that is going to be Bojan going 2-0 in this matchup there. Pretty brutal one, honestly, as Charizard just getting the work done. See if I can find some more matchups here. They still playing? I do not think they're still playing. What about this one? Oh, no, they're not playing either. Hang on. Oh, that's loud. Yeah, they're playing. Give me 1 sec, guys. Just get into this next match for you guys. Oh, waffle. There we go, that should be okay. Just quick. Sorry guys, 1 sec. Here we go. Oh, it's 1-1 here, so this is the last game. 0 points to 0 at this point. At this point in the game, at least. Is this going to mess up my overlay? Probably, right? Yeah, let me... That'll do. Okay, so, apologies. We have what appears to be Executor going up against, guess what? Executor. Do we see the total standings somewhere? Yeah, go on tournament. Does that mean no new entry players can join? No, you can join. You can. It's 4 separate tournaments. It's just that we're going to take the best 3 total results. So you could 4-0 the next 2 and have not played in the previous 2, and that might get you through, right? Because that's a lot of points. Yeah, there's no top cut. It's 4 rounds of Swiss last week, 4 rounds of Swiss this week, 4 rounds of Swiss the week after, 4 rounds of Swiss the week after, and then your top 3 performances, get added together. But you do not have to play. You can play 1 if you want. There's no issue. It's just basically the least amount you want to play is 3. The most, obviously, 4. But if you play 2 and do well, you could still make it. Wouldn't that bleed into the new set? Oh, that's fine. Yeah, you resubmit every week. So it's a top 12. No. No. So if you go 4-0 this week, you've got 12 points, right? If you go 4-0 every week, you'd have whatever, right? But we'd only take 3 of those results, so it would be 12, 12, 12, which would be 36 points, which is the maximum points you can earn, right? So, but if you go like 2-2, 0-4, 3-1, 3-1, the 0-4 doesn't matter. It's your other 3 scores that'll get added together. Does that make sense? Yeah, it's 4 separate tournaments, but the scores from the tournaments add together. That's the simple way. It's all in the description of the tournament. If you read the description of the tournament, it should make sense. What will be the final top cut? The final top cut will be a number of points earned that I have not 100% confirmed yet. Because this is the first time I'm doing it, there'll be a decent amount of people that'll make it. But I don't want to say, oh, it's 30 points, and then 3 people qualified to it, right? Like, I'm not going to say it's 30 points. So I'm going to wait for a couple of weeks to see what the points look like. Before the last week, I will be confirming what points are required to make a top cut into a knockout. That will be done before the last week starts. It's just the problem is, if I tell everyone a number now, and that number's either too low or too high, then it's going to be a problem either way, right? Are you going to add pricing, or is it bragging rights? There is no 100% confirmed prize as of yet. I am going to try and get a prize, but I am not going to try and promise something that I can't actually 100% confirm. So there's no prize as of yet, but will the new set be allowed if it drops? 100%. Yeah, you can submit a different deck list every week. That's what I'm saying. Each week is its separate thing. It's just we're adding the scores together. Right? So you can submit whatever you want. There's no cards banned, no nothing, no special rules. If you've got the cards and they're allowed to be played in the game, you're allowed to play the card in the tournament. Pretty simple. Your Blastoise card would be a nice prize, yeah. It's a league. Yeah, it's sort of a league, yeah. It's closer to a league than anything else, but it's not a league that you have to play every match of, basically. Okay. And I know I'm just talking... People have questions about the format. We're watching a Celebi mirror, so I'm not going too much into it. But, however, that is going to be game to Big Daddy. As I believe that is going to be enough coins flipped to knock out the opposing Celebi, and that's going to be 2-1 for this match. So I'm just going to turn this off for a second. Let's take a look at this for a sec. How many matches do we have left? There's 3 matches left, so we'll just jump over to the meta and see what's going on over there. Format sounds pretty... Yeah, so basically, for those of you who are new, and I do repeat this a lot, so I apologize, but for those of you who are new or have not heard me waffle on about the tournament series or Raven League, is that there's enough big 10-round Swiss tournaments or X amount of rounds. There's enough of those. I built the league to basically be very playable for people who don't have 10 hours to sit down and play a tournament, or people who can't make certain times or days. With this, it's basically going to be approximately 3 hours. Like, we're halfway through and we're only over an hour into the tournament. So it's a small amount of hours. Last week, the first week was done in 2.5-ish hours. So it's a small amount of time commitment. You also don't have to play every single Wednesday. Optimally, you only need to play 3 of them if you want to be like that, and you want to cut one. You could play 2 and still have a chance to get in. But it's just to be a more playable, competitive format for people who don't have tons of time, who aren't necessarily free on weekends, which is mainly where all the biggest ones are. What's up, Wolf? And so on. So it's basically, that's why I made how it is, to just make people be able to play it and still have a good time competing, versus... Because, for example, I can't play in a lot of, like... For example, I can't play in Nurse's tournament because it starts at a certain time and it's, like, 10 hours long. And that would be, like, middle of the night for me. So I can't play in it, right? Which is fine. But With this, it's European evening time zone, so also playable for Americans as well, or American side of town, should I say? And also, it's just short enough that you can just bash it out, have a few matches, have a good time, and then you're done for the evening or day or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that's the basically theme around the tournament series or the league. We will have a knockout stage after 4 weeks. So there's going to be this one, 2 more, then I'll announce the points and who, the knockout time. We'll have a knockout tournament and do that. Check Salmo on Discord, I think it's playing. Oh, is it? Wait, am I... Oh, there, I couldn't see for a second then. Have a look, see. There's nothing connecting in Discord. Yeah, I don't think their internet connection's very good. There's nothing showing for me. Yeah, it's okay though. There's only a few matches left, right? I don't think anyone else. Again, just a reminder, if you guys are playing in the tournament, if you go in Discord and screen share, it improves the tournament because there's less downtime between games. I can show you more games and so on instead of talking, just me on screen like this. It's not the end of the world, but it's relatively easy to share your screen. If you ask anyone in chat, we can show you how. It's pretty easy to do on mobile devices or PC, and it does help overall. Soon though, this round will be over. There is 8 minutes left of the round, but there's only 3 matches left. So we've got plenty of time. Hey, there's nothing up here. Bed. Right, while they're playing that match, I'm going to see if Waffle wants to go to bed. So there's a Waffle break. Give me 2 minutes. How do I watch these tournaments? What do you mean? Because you're kind of watching one right now. Oh, let me get out of this game. Where do I want to go? There's just 3 matches left, and I don't think any of them are sharing. Not a single Miss Maggie, so is there not? Take a look here. So they're on the last game. Wait. Okay, they've only got 5 minutes. What time does the league start? It's 6 p.m. It started 1 hour 15 minutes ago, but you have to have checked in an hour before that. Or up to an hour before that. But it starts at 6 p.m. UK time. I was looking at the game between Gloom and Tutters. They removed a game 2 score. Which is worrying because I've got 4 minutes to finish 2 games, potentially. Will you change the timing in the future tournaments? Probably not. Because this makes sense for the main zone, right? Because I'm trying to make it playable for European time zones. And if I change the time, then it becomes not playable for European time zones. I mean, at maximum... Oh, one of the matches is finished. There's only 4 minutes left in the round. If you don't finish your round on time, you get a draw. As per Europeans are... No, exactly, Jag. No, it's exactly why it's timed how it's timed. Don't worry. How many players will be in top cut? There's no top cut to this specific tournament. It's basically a league of 4 weeks, and the top cut, or the knockout stage, will be after those 4 weeks, based on the performances across the 4 weeks, or 3 of the 4 weeks. I should make you know what I'll do? I'll make a graphic for you guys for next week, okay? I'll make a graphic explaining the format. I feel like my words aren't good enough. How many knockout? There's no fixed number because it's based on a point. Basically, what'll happen is before the last week, I'll just say you need 20 points to get in. Everyone who hits that number will be invited. So it's not going to be a fixed number of players. If that makes sense. Oh, there's 1 match left. I wonder which match it is. They still haven't reported us. That's going to be a draw. They've still not reported the second game. Check if the stream is loading. Oh, yeah, I think I've still got you open. Oh, wait. It's working now. Yeah, whatever you've done, it's working now, Samu. Yeah, you're all good, mate. Okay, I'm gonna give Iskren, just so you know, for your own notes. I'm gonna give, thank you, whoever that is, 1 second. I'm gonna give Gloom the win because their opponent.
Selmu just subscribed.
Oh, Selmu, thank you. Gloom's opponent isn't responding in the chat, even though they were 1-0 up. So I'm gonna give Gloom the win and finish the match. Okay, so that should be all of it now. Yeah, thanks a lot for the Prime, Samu. Oh, they dropped? Oh, I didn't even... Oh, that's weird. It doesn't show. Okay, yeah, guys, sorry about the delay. Looks like we had a bit of an admin issue, but it is what it is. People are being poopers. I'm only joking. You're allowed to be poopers. It's okay. Okay, so give me 1 second. Let me refresh this and see where we're landing now. Oh, guys. Below 50% on Executor. How the mighty are falling. Below. Infernape Heatmore, 6-2. What's going on? We've got this Licky deck still doing okay. Not too bad. Wheezing Darkrai, 2-0. Marowak EX Marowak, 2-0. Wheezing Haunch, 2-0. You love to see it. Executor Yanmega, 0-2. Executor Magnezone, 1-1. Superior Tangrowth, 1-1. Hey, I respect it. Moltres Centiskorch, 2-0. Seems good. Okay, guys, in about 1 minute, we're going to be starting the next round, so make sure you are ready. Make sure you're ready in your dashboard in Play Limitless. Make sure you check in. Make sure you talk to your opponent, and make sure you get these matches cooking as we're already diving into the next round. I'll just give another 30 seconds or so, just to give everyone a, just a minute. Just, be good to go. Let me get out of this, put that over there, move that over there, click this over there. Okay, I'm going to be starting the next round. Get ready to play. This is going to be round 3 of 4. We are already over halfway, well, about to be over halfway through. We're starting the round right now. Good luck. Enjoy. Round 3 has begun. Let me see now. I should set this up now. So if I do this, I'm just going to set up the round 3 match. We will now put Selmoon, now they've sorted their stream out. So we're going to have Selmoo on the bottom. Going up against Super Chocobo. I definitely will not fit that whole name on the screen. So it is what it is. They can be Super Choc. How many points does 4-0 or 3-1 score give? It is on the bracket. If I mean, I'll just show you. 1 sec. I've gone the wrong way. So if we go here, if you look at standings, these are the points. It's 3 points per win, basically. But if you're ever confused, these standing points are the points we are doing, right? So win is 3 points, a draw is 1 point, a loss is 0 points. But it does mean even if you're, 1-2, if you, after round 3, play round 4 if you can, because you might go 2-2, and that's 6 points instead of 3. So that, it's still worthwhile playing it out. Oh god, let me see. I was distracted then. Let me see if they're actually playing. They're not quite in yet. Okay, we might have to jump to another game. Let me see who else we've got available. Right, we're ready to dive in. Oh. Okay, it is going to be a good old Celebi mirror. Let me... Wait, why can't I do this? Oh, because I'm an idiot, because I can't type. There is going to be a Celebi mirror. Both of these players are 2-0 right now. So let me... It's Furious, who played last week, because we watched them last week, going up against Pedon. Which is, I just realised, a funny name. Oh, it's fine. We're in. We're in. Don't worry. We're in. I just wanted a match we could watch. So we are going to have Celebi Mirror. I will open up the deck lists. Give me 1 second. Boop, boop. I wish it opened straight onto the... So many more clicks for me. Okay, so looking at the two lists, we do have... Oh, God. I think it's Furious on Mew. It's one Celebi, two Executor, and a Mew. And then it's basically the same list, except no Mew. And what's the difference? Yeah, no Mew in the... No, that's not right either. Oh, it's basically just two OVs instead. So there's like two Sabrinas and stuff instead. Okay. So we're going to get into it here. We've got a Rocky Helm on the top versus a Cape on the bottom. The Celebis are just doing Celebi things, which is hilarious. This one could be over relatively soon. Pidon on the top. He's going to be healing the Celebi up to get it past that 2 heads break point. Makes perfect sense. There's one miss, and there's one hit. Okay, so it's going to be a 50 push. And because it's a cape, they are not taking Rocky Helmet damage. Couple of clicks on the board, thinking about what's going on here. Looks like we are going to see the... Oh, this is not really the perfect width. Hang on. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, it's a bit weird, that, actually. Sorry, I'm just talking to myself now. So yeah, we are going to work out whether Furious wants to, or has to maybe, go for the just energy on Celebi and just try and go triple heads and go through there. It is a little bit rough. Oh, gonna go for the Sabrina and try and knock out the Execute instead. Potion going to bring the Celebi back up to 100. Still a little bit unfortunate for them that 100 is not, or should I say, is a multiple of 50, which makes it a little bit more difficult. Only 1 heads means the Execute lives. Now, if this Execute... another benefit here is if this Execute does go into Executor, even a heads wouldn't knock out the Celebi, so that's something. However, it's a little bit rough, isn't it? There's even a world where they just naturally retreat. Professor's research is going to come down. Oh, guys, just checking on a couple of things. So yeah, it's going to go into the Executor. Does get the damage through, of course, but just going to be the 40. It's like Execute going to be picked up here for Furious. That's something. But again, where does the energy go? Surely you can just go all in energy on Celebi here, because Execute or Executor only ever need 1. I do think Furious, like, really needs this knockout, though. There's 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. I mean, that's a knockout. They are going to get the bloom. Executor's going to go down. That's huge because that means that Celebi is in much more of a range of getting them getting dealt with by either the other Celebi or maybe even an Executor on the other side, depending on how well these hits go. I also just realized on this board the Mankey sits perfectly in the enemy's active spot, which is funny. Again, though, this Celebi sitting on 120 health at the moment is going to be requiring 3 heads to knock it out. Saying that, the 60 health on Furious is not the worst, right? It still needs more than 1, right? It's only going to be 3 flips. But there's 1. Oh, it lives. This is huge. This can be 5 coins into this, and they need 3. And let's be honest, even if they hit 2, that's still okay, because, yeah, there you go. It is going to be, there is Executor available. So even if they hit 2, currently Pidon's on 0 points in this game. Furious is on 2 points, which means basically any knockout for Furious is a dub. And then Pedon needs to not only knock out this Celebi, which could self-knock out at this point, but also take down an Executor as well. I'm not sure if this second Execute was overly needed, but... Oh, no. Justice returned! Celebi knocks itself out on the Rocky Helm. Pedon, jeez, I'm getting trolled here with these names. Pedon's Executor, Celebi, is gonna live, but it now is in Executor range. I don't think we've seen too much healing unless I've blinked and missed it, so it's possible that there is still Erica's left to try and push him out. So this is actually just becoming a matchup of Executor versus Celebi, but 4 coins, like they would need 4 heads right now, but still it is doable. And this is what I was saying, I didn't know if this Execute was really needed. Because the game still comes down to the Executor being the last one, right? And I think both players are playing Cyrus, so even retreating Executor wouldn't have done a difference here. And that actually does mean that Pedon is going to take game number 1. And I think that was a slip up just a little bit there, playing the Execute out, because the Executor was already ready to go. The Celebi was always knocking itself out. So then the Execute gave that window for the Sabrina, right? Which is a little bit rough there. But those are the games that you learn from, right? Those are the games that change things as we get into game number 2 now. Oh, hang on. Let me hide this again quick. Pedon currently leading 1-0 here. Pretty rough loss, honestly, for Furious. That is one where you slap yourself afterwards and go, why did I do that? Players are just getting their actives in ready to go. So here we go. Game number 2. Pedon going to be starting with Mew EX in the active slot. Celebi going to be kicking it off in the bottom. So the battle of the, legendary, mystical-y style Pokemon. The Onion versus the other thing, I guess. Just going to have a quick check now. There is no Budding Expeditioner in the deck here for Pedon. Which means this Mew, any damage it's taken, it's taken. It is what it is, right? I will just double check as well. There are 2 potions, though. There are 2 potions in both players' decks and 2 Ericas. So the players playing the full, maximum healing outside of arguably Shaman, right? They're playing like the max heal items, which makes sense. I can see a bit of a backline being built up here. Celebi in the back, along with an Execute, probably does have the Executor available. Furious with just the Celebi up front right now. They're going to be hovering, getting that Pokeball active, which means they're going to have some form of backline. Basically a guaranteed Execute, right? Because it is, guaranteed Execute in hand now that Pedon will be aware of, because that's the only thing that can happen. There's only one Celebi in the deck, and then there's just the Executor lines. Yeah, gonna be a pretty quiet turn. It's going to be good, though, I think, here for Furious, because they do get to attack with the Celebi first. Which is big. Hey, Allah. Now Rocky Helmet going down as well. Going to help out with some chip damage. I'm surprised the energy is going on the Mew, if I'm honest. Because this Mew, in case people aren't aware, you can't Erica a Mew, because a Mew isn't a grass type. So there's only potions that can help this, so I'm really surprised that there's any energy whatsoever going on the Mew when it can start getting really beaten up, and he's probably going to get knocked out at some point because Cyrus exists. We are going to see the Executor come down to evolve one of the Executes, but once again, I'm a little bit surprised that the Execute number 2 is played on the backline. Ooh, heads did land there for the Executor attack, though, so this Celebi is going to take a huge amount of damage. However, it does have the ability to knock out this Executor if it's just energy, Celebi, go. Obviously, as well, an Erica would be huge here because it pushes this Celebi out of that possible 80 range with a coin flip. And, you know, at this point, no real surprise, we are going to see an Erica. I will say as well, if there's ever an argument for the likes of Red Card and Mars, it's probably this matchup, right? I genuinely wouldn't hate to see these cards played. I would probably personally prefer Mars a little bit more than Red Card. But in this matchup, or with this deck specifically, when you're playing Executor Celebi, well, when one gets knocked out, you Mars them down to one card, right? And I think that is valuable. And I don't think a lot of players are looking into that. And I do think there's a lot of decks right now that do sit with a lot of cards in hand pretty often. Because people are just running so many more like supporter cards and tech cards that they do end up sitting with them a little bit. So I personally wouldn't hate to see a little bit more Mars being played. However, you know, I'm also not good enough to play in these tournaments. So it is what it is. Can we keep the chat in English, please? Because I have no clue what you've just said. I don't know whether I need to ban you or not. If someone else that speaks that language wants to comment, let me know. Now waiting for the coin flips to go through. Oh, gonna be another 80. General cursing. Oh, so real talk, is it a ban? I translate myself. Oh. Okay, yeah, some person. Wait, this person spoke before. And played in the tournament before. Right? What is going on? What's wrong with people? Okay, so we are going to get 4 AG onto this Celebi. And go for the quad roll. Oh my god, and got it. Wow, okay, so that Executor's been yeeted and deleted. This Celebi's still on 90. Now, 90 isn't over 100, which is a bit of a shame. But now, there is a lot of energy issues up on Pedon's side of the board here. Celebi is going to hit, but that at maximum gets 2 coin flips. That has to double heads, and if not, they have to expect to just be gone. This might be calling for a Sabrina. I do apologize if I missed a Sabrina already been played from Pedon, but I have been dealing with random cursing in the chat for some reason. Yeah, I got that, yeah. Just going to be the one heads, and this is going to be brutal. This is going to be the comeback here for Furious. I mean, the Rocky Arm doesn't really make a big difference, but 5 energy into this is huge. They need to hit 3 out of 5. And, you know, on average, they flip 2.5 heads, right? There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. Wow. Just like that, a little bit of razzle and a little bit of dazzle, and Furious has evened up the match. These Celebi matches are something else. It's going to be 1-1 now. All that I can say for this matchup is a Celebi will fall. What matchup did that one get? Yeah, okay, that's fine. Okay, so it's 1-1, both players. And again, what's pretty important now, these players are 2-0 in the Swiss. If they go to 3 wins, that is an extremely solid amount of points towards the knockout. That's going to be 9 points just for this week, which is really, really good. So, yeah, pretty big game on the line here. Might take some pressure off round 4 for them as well. The players are in the game. I'm just waiting for them to get their actives ready to go. And here they are. It's going to be once again Mew starting in the top for Pidon and then Execute on the bottom. Italian's just not, yeah. It's just, I mean, if they're listening, it's just a warning that you're not coming into the chat popping off like that, whether you've won or lost. I will just permaban if it continues. I have no issues with dealing with people. Okay, Pokeball gonna come down now. Be able to start drawing in. Again, from Pidon's perspective, that Pokeball could have got a Celebi or an Execute. So not really having that deep knowledge as to what's going on now. With this Mew opening, though, this is probably what Furious wants to see. Mew opening again. It's a bit awkward. Both players run Cyrus. 2-1 with Leafy on Magnus. Oh, nice. Both players run Cyrus, so any perma damage like this, I mean, this isn't perma damage, potions exist, but, you know, any damage to make the game a little bit awkward for your opponent is very good. We are going to see a Pokeball coming out here from Pidon, though, so can maybe even this up, maybe develop an Executor slowly across the next couple of turns. Execute is going to be on that back line now. Energy on there as well. So we're going to do this the sort of opposite way they did it to the previous game. Very likely to have an Executor. We are going to see the Executor come down, though, from Furious. And those coins are going to start being flipped, as is the way. Oh. Be cheeky. Sabrina brings in the Execute. Extra energy on the Executor. And go for a Tropical Swig. Misses the flip, though. That could have been game-winning if that went to head. Still puts pressure on the Execute. Like, it's still damage that will need to be healed. Obviously, if this turn from Pidon now is like Executor Erica, then fine. It's going to be Executor. It's going to be Rocky Helmet. Is there going to be any kind of heal follow-up, or do they decide they don't need it? No, okay. Flip on the heads. Okay, just going to deal the 40, not hitting heads for that turn. Not too bad positions for either player, honestly. Still no heals have been used for either one. Versus Research going to come out, draw a couple of cards here. Looks like Furious is finally going to develop a additional Pokemon here with Celebi coming into the backline. No surprise if the energy is being hovered over there. Makes absolute sense. Rocky Helm going to be equipped as well by the looks of things. How do eggs become coconuts? Where do you think coconuts come from? They're just big eggs if you think about it. Right? Shaped roughly the same. Have something inside them. Makes sense. Why the fossils? Oh, the fossils are so you can do the retreat cycle with Leafeon. I have a very popular YouTube short on it. Go on my YouTube and check out the short, and that'll explain everything you need to know. There you go. Okay, well, potions are going to come down on the Executor now, but the 60 health is not it. Sabrina coming down here. Celebi going to be in the active spot. This Executor is going to be looking for a big hit. And this Mew in the back has been I feel like a real hindrance for this matchup, because Mew doesn't really get much done. And that's 2 games out of the 3 games these players have played that Pidon started with Mew, which is really not what you're after at all. Now, the big question is this Celebi going to be retreated, healed, or both, or none? Who knows? There are reasonable ways to deal with all of this. It is extremely likely at this point, with that many cards in hand, that there's at least one Erica, probably a potion in there as well, to be able to heal up. But the potion probably wouldn't really achieve too much, because the Rocky Helm puts you... if you Erica and potioned, the potion basically gets negated by the Rocky Helm anyway. But you also don't really want to waste the energy retreating, because it's just a delayed turn. And, as I said, both players run Cyrus. Oh wow, most of the matches are finished. No surprise. This is tense, though. I think this mirror really messes people up, because on one hand, you've got to think, what are the small things you can do to try and get an edge? On the other hand, you just think, oh, let me flip some coins. So it's probably really difficult to actually manage here. Celebi EX is finally going to hit the board for Pidon, along with that Execute. Number 2, so just going all out, sort of hand dumping, not that there's a requirement to do so, of course. But I do think it's the Mew that's has caused the issues, at least in this matchup. Oh, and that's going to be Tails. Still reasonable damage. But now, I don't know about everyone else, but I feel like once you start getting to 3 energy with Celebi, you start entering danger zone. Right? You start being able to really do damage. We are going to see the 3rd energy attached. We're going to see an Erica. And I believe we are going to see this potion come out as well. Oh god, they're fully kitting up the Celebi. Erica, Potion, and Cape to go to 150. This will drop it to 130 if it does damage. We're going to see a miss, we're going to see a hit, and we're going to see a miss. So just the 50. Missing out by 1 flip of a coin to knock out the Executor is pretty rough. But this Executor is probably not going to be retreated, right? So it's just going to go in for some more damage and force some heals out again. I mean, this has to just be go, right? There's not much else to do. I'm waiting an awfully long time, though. My screen's not frozen, though. For a second, I was like, are we stuck? I think they just keep going, right? Just attack. Oh. Oh! They're going for the glory play? Retreating the exec... Oh, no. Into the other Executor. Oh, I thought they were just going all in with the Mew. I think that's what I would have gone for, honestly. Gone absolutely giga all in with the Mew. The retreat on the Executor feels a bit spicy, because these games, as you can tell, this mirror can go quite long, which means you draw in most of your deck. Both players have Cyrus, which means this Executor dies to a sneeze on the other side of the board, and a Cyrus, obviously, which is a little bit rough. I'm going to see the flips again on new Executor. It'll be 100, okay. Does Pedon have another leaf? You know what? Let me double check for you. Give me a sec. There is one leaf in Pedon's deck, so that has already been used. Right? They just used that leaf. So that they're out. They've also only got 12 minutes to finish this game. They should have it done. But, you know, reminder. We are timed over here. So yeah, there is just the one leaf. For Pedon, obviously, if you're wondering. This is getting so... Look at all the damaged Pokemon. These Pokemon have been through the ringer. And it's just more energy juicing onto the Celebi. I feel like Furious has an advantage here. They are going to hit 1 head, 2 heads, 3 heads. Okay, so there goes that Executor. And the fear factor now is surely both players have a Cyrus at this point. Just because it's that deep into the deck. Which means this other Executor gets knocked out to even Furious's Executor. Right? Even if this Celebi dies, Pedon's on 0 points right now. Which means they go to 2 points. Erica's going to come down here onto the Executor. Okay. Okay. There's now a plan. Some kind of recovery phase is an option. I imagine the edge is going to go on this Mew and they're going to go all in. 5 coins to hit 1 seems quite good. Still going to be a little bit dicey. Last 2 games. Sweet. Yeah. I did not plan on having this whole round be this mirror, but it is what it is. I'll try and dodge the mirror next time. But I don't like starting a match and not finishing it, so here till the end. Oh, now it's this. This is the last game. Okay, perfect. Energy on the Executor. I think I would have taken the extra coin. Just in case, because the second this is 4 tails, you'll forever think, hang on a minute. Okay, it's not, so it's fine. Just the one that was scraped by. Absolutely scraped by then. Okay. So now both players at 2 points apiece. Next knockout wins. Not only wins this game, but wins the match. And puts them at a 3-0 in the Swiss so far. And this is as simple as it gets. I think if there's a Cyrus, this is just Cyrus. And try and knock out the Executor. With a heads, right? There's the Cyrus. So to me, is this Execute not... Have they already used Sabrina? Is this Execute not a bit dicey? It won't make a difference if this is heads anyway. And it is. Huge. Furious gonna take the long, drawn-out victory. Gonna go 2-1 in the match. Executors as far as the eye can see. Congratulations. And that, I believe, is going to be an end to this round. Let me just knock this up. Click this. I've pressed the wrong button. I do that sometimes. Yep, all matches are done, so we are going to end the round. We're going to give everyone just a couple of minutes here. We do have the last round coming up very soon. I'll just get the... oh, wrong button. I will get this up again as we can refresh now and see how everything's doing. We'll give everyone just a couple of minutes just to see, you know, just to have a breather, go to the bathroom, grab a quick drink if you want. But here we have... thanks for sticking through that. Here we have the Executor Celebi recovering a little bit, but isn't exactly popping off. Darkrai Magnezone doing pretty well, 62% win rate. Charizard Moltres suffering again. I don't know how many weeks it'll take for people to stop submitting this list. Magnezone Skarmory at 50, Yanmega Dialga at 60, Pachirisu doing pretty good actually, 7 and 3 across 4 players. So we've got a 3-0, a 2-1, a 2-1, and a 0-1 drop. So not bad at all. What else? Infernape Heatmore still doing pretty good. How's it performed across the board? 3-0, 2-1, 1-2, 1-2. So, you know, okay, let's say. Palkia doing bad with Vaporeon, as we've seen before. Gallade still doing all right as well. Togekiss Mew, that's one player, right? Yeah, one player's 2-1, not bad at all. Wheezing Darkrai, rocking the old 3-0 by the one player, not so bad at all. So yeah, pretty nice mixed bag here. Wait, what? Why is this a separate deck? Oh, because it has Druddigon. Wow, the double Druddigon list failing, which is kind of rough. Kabutops, Rampardos doing bad as well. Unfortunate. Another Infernape deck doing okay. 2-1 with the Giratina. Not too bad. Yeah, not too bad at all. If we just quickly look at the standings as well, just while we get ready. Yeah, a couple of dark zones in there. Dialga, Yanmega, Celebi, Pachirisu. A couple of Magna zones in there as well, sitting at the 3-0s. This Infernape Heatmore. There is a Charizard that's up there as well. Is that Pidgeot EX at 2-1? Yeah, Executor Pidgeot EX. There you go. I'll show you the list. And it is literally Executor, one Pidgeot EX, one normal. Not bad. Starting with Mew twice. And yeah, I said that the Mew starts were really rough and not what you want in that matchup at all. So yeah, guys, in just a few seconds, I'll pair the next round. So get ready to go. Iskrin, just because ads will be running for some people at this moment in time, if you can just announce the round pairing in the Discord as well. But I'll pair it in about 10 seconds. People a second. Okay, gonna pair the next round. And the next round is up. Go, 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 go. We find a match to go now. Round 4. Let's have a look. Let me check this. I think this is the person. Okay, we won't do that one. Okay, we could do this one. Cool. Let me just set up the game, guys. Give me 1 second. Should be okay. We're gonna have Selmu versus Lock-On. Lock-On, I think, is on Skarmory Bastiodon. Whoops, that was not what I wanted to do. And Selmu is on Palkia Vaporeon, by the looks of things. So let's get it cooking. Here we go. Skarmory open, of course. That's what you want to see. Palkia in the active spot here for Selmu as well. It looks like you're going to have access to a Pokeball or two, as we can see. So pretty nice, actually. Maybe not exactly what you want to start with Palkia in the active, but the Pokeballs are going to help build up that board. Just going to open deck lists for you guys as well, so I can see what's going on. So we've got a 2 Palkia, 2 Vaporeon, 1 Eevee, 2 Manaphy, 1 Articuno. Oh, I pressed it. Going up against... Going up against 2 Skarmory, 2 Bastiodon. We all know the drill. Oh, let me hide this as well. That's not looking great. That is it showing the blue stacks thing. There we go. So we've got Articuno EX and Manaphy on the back with Palkia up front with the cape. Skarmory, if there is an item, which you often hope there is going to start hitting hard, but there is not, which is huge. Maybe it's not as bad because it's done the 20 damage like from the cape, let's say, but it's still not great. You really want the item because now Palkia can get 30 damage, for example, without being Rocky Helmeted back, which suddenly you've swapped like 70 damage potential for 20, which is abysmal. So Skarmory, definitely not looking too good. And it does mean that the Palkia is not under that much pressure, which is the opposite of what you want to do with this Skarmory list. You really want to be chunking that 50 at least every single turn. And if there's a Rocky Helmet as well, especially against Palkia, who has to 3-shot a Skarmory, you're feeling great because you're basically dealing 70 every single turn. So a little bit rough here for the Skarmory Enjoyer lock-on, but Selmu appears to be in at least a half-decent spot here with the setup sort of complete. Will be interesting to see if there's any kind of plans to retreat the Palkia out to try and get the Manaphy juiced. There is 2 leaves in the Palkia deck, so that is definitely a valid option, or at least a potentially likely option to go for, just because you run 2. We are going to see Professor's Research instead coming out here. I'm going to start just drawing a couple of cards. Not too bad at all. So they're happy to leave the Palkia in and try and just nuke this Skarmory, which is also reasonable because if you put the Manaphy in, there's higher and higher odds that an item's going to be equipped, and the Skarmory just nukes the Manaphy anyway for a point. And maybe the plan is to not give up that point. There's honestly also a consideration, which is hard to do in the moment, but because Manaphy doesn't evolve, and it's a 1-cost attack, Manaphy could have been kept in hand, right? And then you just say, I'm not going to drop a point to the non-EX if my board is Palkia Articuno, and just do it that way. Because you can always play a Manaphy and then like retreat it into the active and then do its thing that turn. That's never something that's not really available unless your board's already full. So I do wonder if the Manaphy could have just been kept hold of instead, and not given an option to be like messed with, basically. Skarmory, the main Skarmory is going to be sort of given up on with this now. We are going to see it Misty, and if this is heads, which it is, wow. Oh. Well, there's 8 energy. We're going to see Dimensional Storm number 1, and I think it's likely we're going to see Dimensional Storm number 2. There's currently no fossil on the back for lock-on. Selmu taking up a 1-point lead, and this next Skarmory is really doesn't want to go into the active spot, I'll put it that way. I'd prefer it if you weren't in chat, Selmu. Or at least just don't type and show that you are. Okay, we are going to see Sabrina come down. As I said, though, there are 2 leaves in this Palkia deck, which means they're at least reasonably likely, yeah, there you go, reasonably likely to have the leaf available. So it's a brave effort, but that is going to be a retreat into Palkia, another Dimensional Storm, and that is going to be game 1 going to Selmu, or going to Misty, which whoever you want to go with there. So really good victory there, honestly. That's the sort of thing you want to happen in this sort of format and this sort of tournament, where you love games like that, right? You get the good end of the stick and your opponent gets the bad end of the stick. That's kind of how you want it to want it to go most of the time. So pretty straightforward victory, honestly. For Selmu there. Nothing too crazy. So they are going to lead 1-0. But that could have just been a bit, you know, bit fortunate. This Skarmory deck is very scary, especially if they get access to the Bastiodon, right? So if there was, you know, a item or a tool, I should say, earlier on, if the Skarmory can get cooking and go like a little bit more aggressive, then that would be potentially massively change the outcome of the game. Also, of course, the Misty, you know, helps a little bit, let's say. I will just wait for the players. They are in game. I'll just wait till they're getting their actives down. And there they are. Shock Horror, Skarmory being the active for lock-on. Manaphy going to be starting for Selmu on the bottom. Just a reminder, in case you've just joined us recently, we are in round 4 of Raven League Week 2. So this is the last round of the day. We're going for record time, I think. So Manaphy going to get a cape equipped, which is the best sort of, let's say, counter to Skarmory, as there is that energy, there is the helmet, and without that cape, it would have just been game for game 2, but the cape's keeping little Manaphy alive. Favorite art in the game? I think my favorite art from the new set is probably the Glameow full art. We are going to see the armor fossil on the back there for lock-on as well, so maybe, unlike the previous game, they can try and get hold of this this Bastiodon. Much slower start here, though, and this Manaphy is going to start getting farmed, right? There is going to be the sort of maximum energy gained of 2 energy onto the second Manaphy and the Palkia. However, this Skarmory is going to chomp this Manaphy. It's going to chomp the next one if Selmu chooses to put that Manaphy in. And then it's basically going to be all in on this Palkia to solo, which is pretty dicey. There's also potential, if I double check here. Yeah, there is a Sabrina in the deck, and there's a Cyrus in the deck for lock-on. So there's a world as well where a Sabrina comes out, maybe not as much now with the Eevee, but the Eevee in itself is dangerous, right? Because now, if there's a knockout on the Manaphy, okay, so now the Palkia can go in, take out the Skarmory, the Palkia takes 20, and then if there's a Bastiodon to back up the shield on here and evolve, this game's going to get a little bit touch and go, I think. Eevee is juiced a little bit. There is 1 energy here, and there is going to be the Vaporeon. So there's some levels of energy manipulation available. Not that it's too big a deal in this exact scenario, because there is the 1 energy from Vaporeon, of course. But there's also just the fact... Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, they're going to back out with the Palkia, put the Articuno in, and juice that instead. Going to go for the Blizzard. So what this is doing, basically, is saying that Blizzard can get completely nullified by Bastiodon, whereas Dimensional Storm can at least, you know, hit through it. But it hits through it once, and if you don't have the energy, you can't Dimensional Storm anyway. So I guess this is just trying to push maximum damage with the Articuno. And bear in mind, there's still only 1 point here for Selmu. So if a second Skarmory is picked up, or a fossil, then they still have a whole extra Pokemon to go through, right? Lock-on currently on 2 points with the knockouts of the double Manaphys early on. So literally needs to knock 1 Pokemon out now to win the game. Any of the Pokemon on this board. And there's Bastiodon. Chucking a potion there as well. So this actually does survive a Dimensional Storm, even if it hits Tails. And I'm guessing this Articuno has to be leafed away. The Articuno hit was a good setup, actually, right? Because it meant that the Dimensional Storm one-taps Bastiodon. But the potion in response. I've been singing the praises of potion for quite a while. And you see the value of it now, just making those breakpoints super awkward. It's not too bad, though. Washout going to be pushing in energy from Articuno. And then there's 3... Well, there'll be 3 energy available next turn. 2 on the Articuno and 1 from the base. Tails. That's 150. And there needs to be a Skarmory, right? Then or a fossil, I guess. There needs to be something. Oh, or a Cyrus. That also works. I forgot about Cyrus. So Cyrus into Bastiodon, hit for 80, and that is going to be game 2 going to lock-on. Oof. Clutched it. But look at the difference of the openings, right? Lock-on able to farm those mana fees early because they got Skarmory and a tool ready to go. So a really, really big dub there for Lock-on. So pretty nice there, fighting back 1-1 now. So the next game, winner takes all, or at least the winner takes the match. There's no really all to take, but you know. Checking on the other matchups. Oh, have you got that match issue, Iskren? Oh, nice one. I've just seen you got it. Good job. So here we are. Sorry, guys. I was just waiting for them to get in. They're about to put their actives down, so I'll wait till the actives are done. And then I will reveal. Here it is. Game 3. We've got Shock Horror Skarmory on the top. And then Articuno on the bottom here for Selmu. Followed up with a Palkia onto the bench as well. Oh, no. Not like this. Not like... Okay, yeah, not like this. The Misty didn't do anything. The game ended on tie and gave the win to one who got the victory screen. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. One of them had a bench Pokemon and the other one didn't, I'm guessing. In case you... Yeah, I'm guessing you... Yeah, I was pretty sure you already knew, but just in case, to explain to the players if they ask. But yeah, basically, for those of you who don't know, if you tie a game, as in knockouts or whatever, and one player has Pokemon on the bench and the other one doesn't, the one that doesn't loses. So always remember, if you're on a tie turn, put a Pokemon on the bench if you can. So the Misty did not go off on the Articuno. Skarmory's already slapping the Ice Bird around like it's nothing. Decisions have to be made. Because this Articuno is not really long for this world. So is it even worth putting energy on? It's a tough decision to make. There's definitely merits for both. I think that Misty Flip was on the Palkia. It's only going to be the one, though. But as we say in the channel, one's better than none. And very clearly now it looks like this Palkia is going to be the main focus here for Selmu. Try and sort the game out. But just a Palkia is going to be a bit difficult without some backup. Honestly, as well, at this point, if Lock-on had a Sabrina, I'd kind of like to see the Sabrina. Yeah, if you both have Pokemon on the bench, or neither of you do, it is a tie. But if one of you has a Pokemon on the bench and the other one doesn't, the one with the Pokemon on the bench wins a tie. Don't ask me why, don't ask me who, don't ask me when. Them's just the rules of the game. And I'm not saying they aren't my rules. It's the game rules. It'll literally say, if you ever notice that you win on a tie, that's why. Otherwise, it actually says tie or draw. I can't remember which one actually. I think it's tie. I can't remember. But yeah, that's the game. Literally the in-game rules. That's not me making up rules for the tournament or anything. That'd be way too annoying to try and track. So Cape is going to come down on the Articuno to try and live out, and I think as Lock-on broke the rule. Lock-on's running one Giovanni. Personally, I run two in a Skarmory. Any deck that has Skarmory, I run Giovanni's in. However, we'll see if it pays off for them. Rocky Helm going on the Shieldon. Which is now a Bastiodon, so things going very smoothly. And there's the Giovanni. Okay, this is going pretty smooth now. Lock-on going to go up to 1 point to 0 so far in this game 3. Sorry, 2 points, apologies. Articuno is an EX, I should probably remember that. Palkia now going to come down and is only the 1 energy away from a Dimensional Storm, but is a Dimensional Storm enough to actually, like, do anything here? Oh, okay. And a Sabrina in the Bastiodon. Now, if this is the heads, Dimensional Storm will do 50. And it is. Wow. So there's the soak. Literally took it on the chin. And now the Bastiodon does 80. Sorry, 20 from the Helm. Another 80 from this attack. There's still a Skarmory. And there still can be another Skarmory. What about 3 on the bench for both? It's a tie. What about 3 on the bench for both if it's a tie? I don't even know what you're asking. I'm sorry. What's on? I don't know if there's a way out here, right? They can just punch them. Because now Palki's down to 50. We'll just double check the list. There is no potion in the deck. Yeah, so that's going to be a concede. And not only concede for that game, but for the match overall. Because the lock-on is going to go 2-1 up there. Oh, God, I just messed up my scores. Wait, is that actually messed up? Hang on. Oh, I'm pressing buttons. Oh, no. Oh, no. How's that? Yeah, I thought I messed that up. Okay, so let me just check what matchups we have left. Oh, we've still got a few matchups, actually. Okay, that's not too bad. Let me see if I can find one in Discord. Oh, we can jump into this one, I think. Oh, wait. No, we can't. I think that just ended. Oh, my God. Okay, one second. Yeah, that one's ended. Okay. That one's ended. Okay, this one's still on. Let me get this one. Make sure I'm not showing the hands. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be our good friend Jaguardo. Let me just find the matchup so I know the score, because currently I don't. Oh, it's 1-1 here. So it's Jaguardo versus Henrik. It's 1-1, and looking at it, it is going to be deck list. Apologies, guys. This just takes a little bit of setup. It's going to be Yam Mega, Dialga, and Mew going up against the Celebi Executor. Okay. Yes, FMH, yes. So basically, you don't have to play all 4. You can play 3. You can play 2 if you want. You don't have to play all 4. But if, for example, if you go 4-0, 4-0, 4-0, 1-2, your score will be the 3 4-0s combined. Your worst score gets removed out of 3. But you don't have to. You're not forced into playing them all. But obviously, the more you play, if you play at least 3, that's going to maximize your potential points you can get, right? If it's a tie, both have got 3 on bench. What happens? It's a tie. It's not about having more Pokemon on the bench. I'm pretty sure it's just if you both have Pokemon on the bench, it's a tie. If you both don't have Pokemon on the bench, it's a tie. And if one person has Pokemon on the bench, they win. Oh, wait, was that a concede? Oh, I didn't even... Oh, guys, what even just happened? Oh. So Henrik won. This is weird because I've got 2 different games. Yeah, Henrik won that game, which won that series, right? So let me just check again. Sorry, guys. I was just distracted by explaining rules. Okay. Not draw your cards. Ah, okay. I don't think anyone else who's streaming is actually still playing. So if we bring this up, we can still take a look at the overall results. These are the standings before round 4. So we'll just wait till all the results are in. We've only got a few matches left anyway. But basically, just going over it, these players at minimum have 9 points, right? This points number is how many points you'll have. If these players won 3 games every week, they would have 27 points. Because one of the weeks wouldn't count, right? If they played all 4. But all of these wins are huge, right? Because it means that you don't have to do necessarily as well in every week. If you go 4-0, you're looking good, right? Even if you go 4-0 one week and go like 2-2, 1-3 or something, then that's going to help you, right? Because we are going to add up everyone's points and then go from there. The best 3 results. Do you accept donations for the end knockout round? I mean, sure, yeah, by all means, but that's something I'd have to look at because I personally don't like handling money. I prefer to be away from all of that, but if we get to that point, then that's fine. But I also have to be careful about donations because of things like chargebacks and stuff like that, which have happened, unfortunately, in the past. So I definitely have to be careful with donations. Because say it's like through PayPal, I'm pretty sure you can just like do chargebacks or, you know, put in a, you know, oh, a claim, oh, this was an accident, blah, blah, blah. So I'm a little bit dicey with donations. I wish I didn't have to be. I wish the world was a nicer place sometimes, but it is what it is. I am going to try and work on some form of prizing for the knockout tournament. I went 2-2 first week, and today went 4-0. Yeah, so that's really good, right? So you'll have, what, 15 points? That's pretty good. We are just looking. Let me get out of there. It's 4 matches left to finish. I mean, I can literally view the matches, right? Yeah, so these are the 4 matches left to finish up. I went 3-1 first week and 1-3 this one. That's still decent, though, right? It's still 9 points. Oh, 12 points, sorry. And bear in mind, though, if you play each week, if you go 2-2, 2-2 on the next 2, or 2s, that 1-3 doesn't matter, right? So I wouldn't worry. Like, you've got, if you play all 4 weeks, you've got like a throwaway week. Wouldn't that be fixed if the prize pot was generated a month ahead and then chargebacks would be too late? Sure, but then I'd be like, everyone who wants to donate to the prize, donate now. You know, sort of thing. So it's a lot of messing, basically. Okay, there's one more match done. It looks like we'll be roughly on time again for a 2.5-hour slot. Yeah, the problem is, if I announce a prize pool and then it gets charged back or some sort of kerfuffle with it, it's an absolute disaster. And something that I am not doing with anything I am involved in, especially something I am running, I'm not having messes, right? I'm not having kerfuffles or any memes or any dodgy stuff going on. It's not happening under my watch, okay? So even though, you know, talkings of donations and stuff is fine, unless it's people I know wanting to donate, I won't trust it. Best way to have a sponsor. You say that. I have been involved with tournaments with sponsors that I haven't paid for, so it is what it is, isn't it? It's tough. You've got to find people who are reliable and actually do it. So we've got one more match left. It is Grumpy Pants versus Alex and Drag. Let's take a look at the deck list for the final match that's still being played out. Oh, Skarma Yamega versus... Oh, I've not seen too much of this list. Just talking this week, my Togekiss and Mew deck worked well. Nice, 3D Res. Good work. I've seen sponsors that don't pay. Exactly, yeah. Trust me, I've seen it all. I've seen it all. I've worked for big companies before that have not paid me for like 9 months. So trust me, if it's something I'm running, People and there's payments to be made, prizes, whatever. People get paid on time. Like the payment happens, it gets paid on time. There's no messing about. So and anything that can risk that, I just won't do basically. Because I'm not having that next to my name. No way. Yeah, I've not seen too much of this list, even though, you know, it's Magna Zone. Day's going well. I'm a little bit tired because this is my second stream of the day. So I'm a little bit tired. But other than that, I'm good as always. I wish these are... See, this is one of the reasons why, like, I really would love if more and more people streamed. Because I think we did okay today, actually. We basically didn't really have any downtime, which is great. But if more and more people shared their screen and streamed, it would just be go, 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 go. We could have constant gameplay. But I do want to wait, because they literally can't be much longer, right? Especially not with those decks. Double weakness to Magnezone. Well, triple weakness to Magnezone. Another crazy stat, only 2 Gyarados Greninja decks in the whole tournament. Yeah. It's definitely cool, and this is something I genuinely love about tournaments in this game. Yes, the people, you know, the amount of submissions for all these decks is low, but people have brought them. Like, look, only 13% brought Executor Celebi, best deck in the game. 10% Charizard Moltres, which once again... Oh, no, that's week 1. Sorry, that's week 1. Hold. Sorry, 16% have brought the best deck in the game. But then we've got like 9, 7, 7, and it goes out, and look at all the decks people are bringing. I love that people like want to play cool stuff in tournaments. Like we've got Tangrowth, right? We've got Tangrowth. What more do we want in life? We've got this. Yeah, this is what Thingy was on about, right? Boomy, yeah. Leafeon Magnezone. It's over yet? Oh, there we go. You're able to bring different deck each week. Each week is effectively a separate tournament. It's just your points carry over. Oh wait, something's come. You sent. Oh wait, how come I didn't get an alert? Imagine if you've just wired it to my bank, and I'm like, how did you have my bank account number? Let me see. Hang on. Wait, why is that? Oh, Jesus Christ, Selmu. Well, yeah, fair enough. Thanks. Well, Selmu's donated to the prize pool, it seems. So as long as that goes all okay, there's some prize pool money for the knockout. Right, so hang on. Let me do that. Let me just do... Right, end round. All matches are over. Bang. Round has finished. Thank you, everyone. That's week 1. I don't know why I keep bloody refreshing week 1. Let's go into the standings for the round. Now that we're done. End tournament done. And there we go. Congratulations especially to everyone who 4-0'd. Obviously, you guys popped off. Great job. We have Shubham, Effimage, Bedo, Legendary Cards, Furious, Torterra, Cull, and that's it. Yeah, so these are the 4-0s, guys. Infernate Peatmore went 4-0. There you go. So we did... Look at this mix, though. We got what? 1, 2... We got 4 Executor Celebi, a Dark Zone, Gallade, Hitmonlee, and a Heatmore. Look, we still have a good mix down here, right? Again, everyone who went 3-1, fantastic score. That's really good, guys. So congratulations to everyone here. We got Dialga Licky 3-1. Togekiss Mew 3-1. Magnezone Skarmory in there. Pachirisu EX 18T. We got Garchomp Kangaskhan. Another Infernape went 3-1 as well. Oh no, the Honchkrow Weezing went down to 2-2. Feels bad. The Weezing Darkrai went 3-1 as well. So yeah, really fantastic stuff here. We can have a look at the metagame overall. Again, if you want the link to this, I can just link you this to have a look at your leisure. So a huge shout out as well. As long as, you know, Selmu's not some kind of sus, which I don't think they are at all. They've donated £50 to the, I think it was £50. £50 to the prize pool. of the knockout stage. So what's going to happen, guys, is we're going to have the 4 weeks are going to be played. Your best 3 results will be added together. So again, just an example. Let's say Shubham 4-0 twice so far. They'd be on 24 points, right? They'll be added together. And then before week 4, I will announce what the point total you will need to get to knockout is. Okay? That's how it's going to work. Then we will have a knockout stage, which is going to be however many players that make it. Single aim, bang, bang, bang. We'll have a winner, okay? I learned a lot watching you play. Maybe understand the game works. Oh, well, good. I'm glad. Thank you. Thanks for the kind words. Say thanks for us to Tom. It's fun. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Guys, we are going to be done for the evening. I'll be back streaming again my normal time. This is my second stream of the day, so I'm going to go to bed, and then we'll be back streaming tomorrow as usual. We will be doing Raven League Week 3. I will post in Discord and on my Twitter and stuff when it's live, and it'll be on Limitless, of course. I'll probably put it up in a couple of days. It'll be same time, same place, right? Wednesday, 6 p.m. UK time, whatever time that was for you guys. But yeah, thanks a lot for coming, guys. Thanks a lot for, playing. I'm watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Shout out again to Iskren for being my one and only admin / judge, being a lord as always. So yeah, oh, thanks a lot to Mangler for gifting a sub. I appreciate that. So thanks a lot, everyone. I hope to see you all, at worst, see you all next week. At best, see you tomorrow in my stream if you're available in the day. And yeah, have a fantastic night, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate it. And yeah, have a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.